Logic. So we'll say 4 tracks here. Audio, we'll create them. But what happens is when I drag and drop Twinkle Guitar in here, just any place, like on a brand new track, it asks if I want to import the tempo information. I'm going to say yes, and so bam, BPM drops to 87, which is great because that's where I want it to be anyhow. So now I've got this guy. I'm going to go ahead and play him over the speakers, and you can see what it sounds like.
Twinkle Twinkle Little Star guitar part.
I'm going to turn on the metronome up here.
87 beats per minute, G major. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm going to sing it for you after these 2-bar intro here. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. So that's how it's supposed to sound, more or less. That's all there is to it. I can turn the click off and we just get this. Now I can turn the click back on, and of course it's going to be clicking again. But let's say we want to adjust the volume of the click. If I come down here, I can click on the All button down here in the mixer window, and that shows me some things that just weren't showing up before. One of them is the click right here. So now I can pull everything down. I can bring the click back up. Guitar. This is going to be important because if we are tracking a vocal on top of this, we've got to make sure that the vocalist likes where the click is, it's not too much for them, and that they like where the guitar is, and that they like where their vocal is. So you're going to be balancing these things live for your performer, for your artist. And that's why I'd really like for you to be able to bring somebody in to do this with you. It could be from the class, if we decide to go ahead and pair up with some people in the class for this, or you could bring somebody in who's just a friend and impress them with how cool it is in here in the Synth Lab. But anyway, this is basically what you need to do to get more or less prepped for what we're going to try. The next thing I want to show you is how to turn off the output to the speakers in the room and turn on the output to the Mobile Pre headphones. This is really pretty simple. We're going to come up to Logic Pro and to Preferences and Audio. Logic Pro X, Preferences and Audio. Click on Audio, and on the output device you're going to see that we are set to built-in output. The speakers are plugged directly into the iMax audio output on the back of the computer. So that's why this sound is going to the speakers when it's set up as built-in output. If I click this and instead select the M Audio Mobile Pre USB, apply changes, that's sending the audio to a different place now. The speakers are still on. I haven't turned the speakers off, but when I play this back now, the sound's not coming through the speakers. So I'm going to readjust the camera here so you can see where I'm getting ready to move to. So now I'm going to plug a set of headphones in right here. And this is the headphone volume right there. And now I can put headphones on and listen to the playback and record with the microphone and not worry about the extra noise in the room from the speakers bleeding into the microphone. Now I'm going to want to reset this after I'm done. But The idea here is that we can come back, set, pick whichever track we want to use the vocal on, and record onto track 1 while we're listening to the click and or the guitar or whatever combination we want. So I'm going to go ahead and sound check my mic. Looks like it's working. Twinkle, twinkle. It's not bad. And we'll leave it about right there. Now, I might want to come over to my View, Customize Control Bar and Display and make sure that my low latency mode is on. I just like to be able to see the software monitoring up there as well. We're not going to do auto punch right now, but I can turn auto punch on. And as I do that, all these show up here. I can turn my low latency mode on, which is always a good idea for recording, to try to keep things without that lag that can really bother you in your headphones when you're passing the audio through the computer. So the low latency mode comes on. There's my software monitoring, and I can go ahead and turn this guy to input monitoring on, and that should be giving me a signal in my headphones. I'm going to put my headphones on and double check that. Yep, sounds good. So at this point we can do a real quick test. I'm going to play somewhere in the ballpark of where the guitar starts up, and I'm going to go sing and listen to the balance between my voice in my headphones, the guitar in my headphones, and the click. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Okay, so maybe I want more of my own voice in there on my audio 1. I'll come back to the beginning here. 2 bars intro. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. And if I still don't get enough, I can turn up my volume on the USB for the headphone output. I can also boost the output right here and get everything louder. If I do that, and I can maybe want to bring the click down a little bit more and the guitar back down a little bit more. So now we're going to try to record and see how this sounds. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Okay, and so now I've got my vocal up here and my guitar track down here. And if I like that, I can keep it, or I can try to edit it. I could try to punch in and punch out to fix flat notes or anywhere where I made a mistake. Or I could just do several comping retakes and go ahead and try to piece it together from a whole bunch of different takes. But the general idea here is for you to use headphones with a mic in the same room and switch back and forth from the speakers. So I'm going to go ahead and disengage the auto input. I'm going to come back here and send everything back out the speakers. So we go to the output device, choose built-in output, apply changes. I can get rid of my headphones now. And we're going to play back and listen.
2, 3, 4.
Twinkle, twinkle, little
so that's pretty much it. We just actually did our first fairly realistic recording session here. And it's really critical to be very careful in a situation like this to not pass the microphone live feed through the speakers, because you're going to get screaming feedback, and nobody likes that. So do walk through this procedure a couple of times until you get comfortable with the idea of using the headphones in order to monitor in the same room. That should be pretty much everything. So we can file, save as, create a new folder, call this Twinkle VO for voiceover, create, save, and pretty much close out of it.